close your eyes.
He opened his eyes finally. A smile appeared on his lips when he saw Yun was wrapping his hand around him, and his hands are wrapped around Yun's small figure. It was 3 p.m. They both slept there after all the things that happened before. He couldn't help but caress her hair lovingly as he gazed at her. So that was not a dream? He whispered to himself and looked at her lovingly. You wanted it to be? You are awake? Yes. Yun opened her eyes and stared at him softly. Their moment was interrupted by Jungkook's phone ringing. He glanced at the caller ID inside. Yun picked at his phone. Her mood almost went when she saw who was calling. He blocked the number. She really ruins my mood every damn time. So you are jealous? I am, and what are you going to do about it? Not even denying it? Why should I? I really hate that girl. Like I love her, he said sarcastically, and Yun looked at him with a questioning gaze. Then why were you dating her? Don't ask me why the hell I started dating her. She literally cringed the hell out of me. I thought you really loved her, that's why you stopped changing girlfriends. I stopped because you started dating that James girl. He cut himself off, realizing what he had just revealed. Yun narrowed her eyes. What did you say? Nothing. So you were jealous that I was dating James? Okay, so if we are confessing our crimes, yes, I was so damn jealous of that James guy. I hated it when he was with you. And on top of that, I had to put up with that Amber girl just to prove that I could be with one person too. But I regretted dating her. And today she almost ruined our relationship. You listened to Jungkook's words. She realized that he had felt the same jealousy she had. Jungkook's stomach growls. They didn't even have breakfast. I'm hungry too. Do you think our parents had left by now? I think so. Okay, then let's go and make breakfast. They both moved out of the bed and walked together to the kitchen. So what should we make for breakfast? How about pancakes? Sounds good. Wait, as they began to gather the ingredients. Let me show you how it's done, he said, and take the egg. Wait, no, Jungkook. He both blinked as he rocked the egg too hard and broke it on the counter. Yun burst into laughter. That was smooth, Jungkook. Actually, I surrendered. Last time I burned my hand. Now this. I'll clean this up. Nope, you continue making breakfast. I'll clean this. He said and started cleaning it. Yun started to make breakfast. After some time, they smiled at each other while they both had their breakfast. 2 months passed by. They decided to take things slow. They knew that trust was important for a strong relationship, and they were determined to build it as the foundation of their love. They communicated with each other more oftenly. Yun found herself opening up to him, and he, with his gentle demeanor, was always there to listen. They walked to the university together, enjoying each other's company, and spent more time with each other. He proudly called her his wife and showed her off to others. He was still possessive over her, but not too much because he knew his boundaries. God, I'm done with this. What happened? I don't want to do assignments. Then don't do it. And then the teacher will surely fail me. Last time you remember when you tore my assignment? The one Jerry made? Exactly. I made the assignment, but when I was going to submit it, teacher said you already submitted it, but I didn't. Oh, you were lucky then. I sure was, or the teacher would have failed me. Well, you wanna hear something? Yeah, I submitted it. Oh, wait, really? Yep, I kind of felt bad, so I decided to make it and submit it. Oh my god, I'm so touched. He said, putting his hand on his chest, and Yun rolled his eyes at his dramatic reaction. Do your work, then we will go somewhere tomorrow. Where? You will get to know about it tomorrow. That's unfair. Good night. Jungkook, tell me already. But he already shut the door and Yun was there in the study room. Jungkook came to her study table and looked at her. She slept there. Jungkook smiled and walked towards her. Yun, with a gentle whisper, he spoke her name, but she remained deep in sleep, unaware of his presence. He carefully lifted her in his arms. She felt like a feather in his arms. It was his first time carrying her, and he couldn't help but bite his lips in awe. He gently placed her on the bed and tucked her in. He lay beside her too and couldn't help himself from wrapping his arms around her waist and pulling her closer to him. But as if sensing his touch even while sleeping, she turned around facing him and hugged him tightly. His heart skipped a beat at her touch. He watched her sleeping with a soft smile. He closed his eyes and drifted into sleep. Yun woke up from her sleep. She squinted her eyes and turned her head away from the sun rays. She blinked her eyes and looked at her surroundings. She don't remember sleeping on the bed. Yun got out of the bed and decided to freshen up. She took a quick shower and changed into clean clothes. As she made her way towards the kitchen but stopped when she saw the whole kitchen in mess. And there he was, great chef of the history, wearing a proud smile on his face. Jungkook, what is all this? Oh, you woke up? Actually, I was trying to make some pancakes, and I made it. Take a look at the kitchen, Jungkook. I know I will clean it up, but come here first, tell me how is it? Is that for me? Yes, he said, scratching his neck, and Yun chuckled and sat there, taking a bite of the pancakes. Jungkook, it's delicious. Really? Thank you. Yes, take a bite. Jungkook happily opened his mouth as Yun extended her hand and take the bite but spit it out. What the hell? Yun burst into laughter. He added salts and lot of salts into it. Otherwise it would taste nice. What? It tastes nice? Don't mock me, he said and take the pancakes away from her. It's okay, I will make breakfast. No, we are going out to eat breakfast. It will take. Go get ready. Hey, stop ordering me around, she said, but Jungkook was already in his room. Why he don't listen to me? She said while questioning to herself. Wait, I will show you I am Kim Yun, she said proudly as she made evil plans in her mind. They both drove to the cafe and ordered pancakes and eggs and did their breakfast talking with each other and kept bickering. Where are we going now? Do you have any place in your mind? Nope. Let's go amusement park then. Sounds like a plan. They both happily go to the amusement park. They spent time there taking rides and playing games. Jungkook even won a teddy bear for her. Let's go there. She drags him to the roller coaster. Jungkook's heart raced as he looked up at the roller coaster. He took a deep breath and turned to Yun. He is not a fan of roller coasters. He took a deep breath and turned to Yun, who stood beside him with a reassuring smile. Yun looked at his face with faded colors and she smiled. Trust me, Jungkook, Yun said softly, her hand reaching out to gently squeeze his. I'll be right here with you the whole time. With a hesitant nod, he took a deep breath and agreed to ride the roller coaster with Yun. They secured their seats as the ride started. Jungkook held on tightly to the safe bars. His knuckles turning white. Yun, on the other hand, was having the best time of her life, her laughter echoing through the loops of twist of the coaster. When she noticed Jungkook's anxious expression, she couldn't resist a mischievous grin. Having fun, Jungkook? She teased, knowing it would push his button. Jungkook shot her a glare. Yun teasing made him scream. Yun laughed even harder, enjoying his reaction. As the ride came to an end, he stepped off. Jungkook's legs felt wobbly, but he was proud of himself finally taking the roller coaster ride. However, before he could say anything, Yun continued her playful teasing. You scream like a girl, Jungkook, she chuckled, her mischievous eyes twinkling. That's the first time I have ever heard something like this. Flared, and he shoved her playfully, unable to resist the urge to fight back. Well, excuse me for being a human, he retorted, a grin on his face. Yun laughed, her sarcastic tone softening to one of affection. She encircled Jungkook and hugged him tightly. You were incredible, Jungkook, she said softly, her voice full of admiration. His heart skipped a beat and he melted into her warm embrace. As they continued their day at the amusement park, Yun and Jungkook shared more adventures, laughter, and precious moments together. They created memories that would last a lifetime. Today was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed a lot today, and I still can't forget how you were screaming. You had a lot of fun today, I see. Yes, she grinned and Jungkook mentally noted it as they walked inside the bedroom taking shower. It was 10 p.m. Jungkook and Yun are sitting on the couch in the lounge, both engrossed in their mobile phone. The room is cozy with warm lights and soft music playing in the background. The doorbell rang and Jungkook looked up confused. I think my favorite ice cream delivery is here. Ice cream again? I can't resist ice cream. Yun get up and head towards the door, while Jungkook follows her. She opened the door and reveals the delivery man with a box of ice cream in hand. Yun takes the box of ice cream and hand over the payment to the delivery person, who leaves with a nod. Yun closed the door and turned back to Jungkook, who was looking at her with a smile. As she plopped down on the sofa, they started eating ice cream. Jungkook looked at her as she was eating her ice cream, a smirk appeared on his lips. Yun, look at that. What? Jungkook pointed behind Yun and she turned around to see nothing there. Before she can react, Jungkook take a large bite of her ice cream. There is no... Yun blinked and Jungkook sweetly smiles at her, his lips smeared with ice cream. That's not... she said, and Jungkook continued eating ice cream. She took a spoonful of her ice cream and smeared it on his cheeks. Now it's all fair. Jungkook's eyes widened as he realized what Yoon did. He quickly retaliates by smearing ice cream on her other cheek. Yeah, Jihoon, you ruined my shirt. Jungkook winked at her and she smeared ice cream on his nose. Jungkook looked at her with narrowed eyes as she burst into laughter, but Jungkook just stared at her. Yoon finally stopped laughing and her heart raced as Jungkook leaned in. His eyes locked with hers and she could feel the tension building between them. To made Jungkook suddenly pull back, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. Jungkook swiftly smeared ice cream on her face. Yoon opened her eyes surprised and confused. He chuckled and ran away, leaving Yoon there flushed. You son of a biscuit, come back here. Yoon yelled and their giggles filled the whole house. Later that night, they decided to watch the movie. They were side by side with each other. Yoon was loving the warmth. Jungkook watches Yoon with adoration as she completely engrossed in the movie. Without even realizing it, Jungkook had reached out to gently caress her soft hair, his finger running through the strand lovingly. Yoon gaze shifts from the movie to Jungkook and she catches him looking at her. Her heart skipped a beat at the tenderness in his eyes. She blushed, feeling a warmth spread through her chest. What are you doing, Jungkook? Jungkook's hand is still and he quickly withdraws it, feeling a bit embarrassed. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize. It's okay, I like it. She reached out and placed her hand on top of his, her fingers intertwining with his. I love how you notice the little things, Jungkook. Jungkook's cheeks turned a light pink shade and he smiled. He is still shy little boy just for you, but not for others. Well, I can't help it. I have been waiting to do that for so long, Yan. Me too, he smiled and pulled her closer onto the sofa. They both wrapped their hands around each other while they continued watching the movie. Jungkook and Yoon were sitting in the cozy drawing room, enjoying each other's company. The doorbell rang, causing them to exchange curious glances. Who could that be? Yoon wondered, standing up to answer the door. Jungkook followed her. They opened the door, find their parents standing there with guilty expression on their faces. It had been 2 months since the unexpected visit, and they had not heard from their parents since then. Why are you here? Can we come inside, kids? Yoon and Jungkook exchanged glances but nodded. They let them in, and after closing the door, they sat in front of their parents while intertwining their hands, giving strength to each other. We are sorry, her mother finally spoke up, her voice choked with emotions. We never knew what we were doing to you. We thought it was best for you, to protect you, but we were suffocating you. We are sorry. I thought you will grow as a mature man doing that, but I never knew you were going through so much, son. I'm sorry. Dad spoke, voice filled with guilt. You never told me about anything. You never asked. It's not easy to forgive and forget. I was being controlled and degraded my whole life, and it affected my mental health. You made us feel like this, and that we don't have many choices in our life. We didn't realize the impact of our action on you. Kim looked heartbroken, tears streaming down her face. We were blinded by our own fears and didn't consider your feeling. We are sorry. Her voice filled with regret. We want to make things right, but we understand if it takes time. Kim took a deep breath, her heart heavy with emotions. We appreciate your apology, but it's going to take time for us to heal and rebuild our trust. We need space and time to process everything. We will respect your boundaries. Mrs. Kim said softly, her voice filled with regret. We are here when you are ready to talk, and we will do our best to support you. I'm sorry, my son again. Jungkook felt his heart heavy, but he knows he can't forgive them easily. Yoon, let's go. Where? The university didn't end yet. Come on, university rules are not for us. He dragged her out of the university back door and no one noticed them. They both giggled together. He opened the car door for her and she sat down smiling brightly. Jungkook came to the other side and sat in the car. You know, if teachers knows that Nothing will happen, you just enjoy the moment. Yoon smiled and intertwined her hand with his. Jungkook was driving the car while smiling widely, both of their hearts filled with happiness. But her heart dropped when they saw the truck coming in their way. Jungkook's sense kicked in as he tried to dodge the truck, but the truck grazed the side of their car with an extremely loud screech of metal against metal. Yoon, Jungkook held his reflexes kicking in instinctively. He swiftly turned his body towards Yoon, shielding her with his own frame. Their car spun out of control, flying off the road and slamming into a tree. The loud thud. The glass shattered and everything went black. Jungkook, her painful voice, she was losing consciousness, blood all over her hand and face. Jungkook's body was lifelessly laying on her. Jungkook, wake up, please. Her last word before she lost her consciousness too. Yun was laying on the bed, some glass pieces in her skin too. She opened her eyes but groaned instantly when the sharp light hit her eyes. She winced and tried to shield her eyes with her hand, but the pain in her arm made her hiss. Her mom quickly came to her side, concern filled on her face. Honey, Yun, honey, are you okay? You finally woke up. Her mother tears streaming down her face. Yun looked at her. Jungkook, mom, where is he? Yun, first, you need to tell me where is he, mom? She said, panicking as she tried to sit on the bed. You don't do much, you are still injured. Mom, where is he? Tell me he is okay. Please, please, I beg you. She pleaded her heart was itching badly, like someone is taking her soul out. She know watching her mother expression is not good sign at all. Yun, he saved you. Mom, he is okay, right? Tell me, mom, please. Her mother broke an expression when she saw her daughter begging like this. She couldn't take it anymore, even though the doctor had told her not to tell anything to the patient. I don't know, Yun. He was badly injured. He is still under operation, but no news, doctor said. Doctor said he had a low chance to survive. Yun heart clenched with fear as she heard her mother's words. She felt like her world was crumbling around her. She couldn't bear the thought of losing Jungkook after he had risked his life to save her. No, no, that can't be true. Yun whispered, tears streaming down her face. He has to be okay. He can't leave me like this. Her mother held her hand tightly. Yun looked so broken. I'm sorry, Yun. Yun cried miserably, her tears streaming down her face. Many thoughts were running through her head. Yun was sitting outside. Her tears had been dried, but still there is no news from Jungkook. They can't let her see him. Their parents were continuously there to support her, but she said she wanted to be alone. You need something. You didn't eat anything for 2 days. Yun didn't respond as her mother came closer to her and put her hand on her shoulder. She knew how she is feeling right now. Yun's heart skipped a beat as she saw the doctor approach her with a sad expression. She held her breath, her eyes locked on Doctor's face, desperately hoping for good news. Doctor, how is he? He is okay, right? Tell me. I'm sorry. Yun's knees felt weak and she leaned against the wall for support. Her mother wrapped her arms around Yun, trying to offer some comfort. This can't be true. He can't leave me. Yun, go and get ready for how long you want to stay like this. Mom, please, I don't want to go. It's your choice, but I want you to go. You are ruining your life. Yun curled on the sofa and thought about it. Her mom wants her to go to the prom party, but she don't want to go. Her eyes were dull, but she let out a sigh and walked towards the room. She looked at her dress for the prom party, and she decided to finally go. She looked at herself in the mirror. She couldn't help but notice that her usually bright eyes were dull. She had been feeling down. She is isolating herself in the room. She decided to wear the pastel gown, which is Jungkook's favorite color. A beautiful pastel gown that made her feel elegant and confident. She applied her makeup lightly, a natural look that highlighted her features without masking her true emotions. She then styled her hair. She wrapped her bust, checked her reflection one last time, and headed out to the prom party. As she arrived, she was greeted by the sound of music and laughter. Hyun walked inside and Hyun walked inside and looked around. The music was too loud for her liking. Oh, Hyun, is that you? Hyun turned around and saw James standing there. She flashed him a smile. Hi, James. How are you? I'm good. How are you doing, Hyun? It's been so long. Hmm. Who is she? Ah, she is my girlfriend. Oh, she's pretty. You came alone? Hmm, she said, looking down, clearly not in the mood. I think I shouldn't ask further questions. By the way, it's nice meeting you. She smiled as he walked away from her. She was about to turn around when two arms wrapped around her waist. I told you I don't like it when you talk to him. She still for a moment, her heart started beating faster. You came? I told you I will. But how you said, I want to surprise you, love. You turned around to face him. Her heart skips a beat as she stared at him. His face was lit up with a charming smile that melted her heart. He was breathtakingly handsome, and she couldn't help but feel a wave of happiness and warmth wash over her. You definitely surprised me, Jungkook. I couldn't bear the thought of you talking to him without me around. He grinned and tightened his hold on her waist, pulling her closer. Jealous much? Yun said playfully while Jungkook nuzzled his nose against her. Just a little bit. She looked into Jungkook's eyes. Her heart was flirting wildly in her chest. His eyes were filled with love and admiration, making her feel cherished and loved. Seeing you smile at him made me realize just how much I care about you. I can't think of you with anyone else. I only have eyes for you, Jungkook. She blushed and Jungkook's smile softened as he leaned in. Let's go. Where? I had another surprise for you. Mira smiled wholeheartedly. She can't imagine how much he missed her. Mira smiled wholeheartedly. She can't imagine how much she missed him. Whenever he is away from her, she felt all those memories rewind again. In her mind, she couldn't help but fear that she will lose him. He was away for a business meeting for 2 weeks, and it was the first time he was leaving her. Doctor, how is he? He's okay, right? Tell me. I'm sorry. It was a complex surgery, and there were complications. His condition is critical. Yun felt, Yun knees felt weak, and she leaned against the wall for support. Her mother wrapped her arms around Yun, trying to offer some comfort. This can't be true. He can't leave me. He had to stay with me. But we are doing everything we can. We are closely monitoring him, and we won't give up on him. He's in good hands. And the chance of losing him was painful. Yun sat by Jungkook's side, holding his hand tightly as she gently stroked his fingers. He was laying on the hospital bed attached to various monitors while Yun heart ached with worry and fear. She had been by his side since that accident that left him in coma, never leaving his bedside, praying for his recovery. Please, Jungkook, wake up, I need you, she whispered and leaned in closer, her lips brushing against his forehead as she planted a soft kiss. She felt the tears welling up in her eyes, but she refused to lose hope. She stayed by his side no matter what. She shared every detail with him, but one day she was resting her head on the chair beside his bed. She closed her eyes as she felt a faint squeeze from Jungkook's hand. Her heart skipped a beat and she quickly lifted her head, her eyes wide with hope. Jungkook, can you hear me? Jungkook opened his eyes slowly, finger twitched in her grasp. Yun tears streamed down her face. Oh, Jungkook, you are waking up. He opened his eyes slowly and looked at Yun with dazed expression. Yun, am I dreaming? He asked harshly. Yun's eyes lit up with happiness and she cupped his cheek. No, you are with me. You did it. A a weak smile spread across his lips. I love you, Yun. I love you too, Jungkook. I'm never letting you go. She kissed his forehead lightly and smiled at him. Jungkook held Yun's hand as he led her out of the crowded ballroom. Yun's eyes widened in surprise as they stepped outside. The courtyard was decorated beautifully. A small stage with a perfect view of flowers and candles was set up and soft music playing. Jungkook, what is all this? I want to make tonight special for us, Yun. He smiled as Yun gasped in surprise. Yun, from the moment I met you, I know you were special. You have brought so much joy and happiness into my life, and I can't even imagine a future without you by my side. Yun's heart surged as she heard his words. I know our wedding was not the best one, but he gets down on his one knee and Yun's heart skipped a multiple beats. I want our future to be perfect. Will you marry me again because I want to spend the rest of my life with you? Yes, I will marry you again and again. I want to spend the rest of my life with you too. Jungkook slid the ring into her finger and stood up, taking her in his arm. You made me the happiest man alive, Yun. I love you. He nuzzled her head in his chest and held him tightly. You are my everything. I can't imagine my life without you. I love you too. As they stood facing each other, their heart beating in sync, they realized that their journey was about something deeper, something timeless rather than best friend or enemies. Their love had remained undying through all these hardships. It was a flame that refused to die. Though their lives had taken them in different directions, their soul had always been intertwined, bound by an unbreakable bond. Even when they protested, they had cared for each other. Fate had played its hand, bringing them to the point as soulmates, realizing that they were made for each other from the start.